Ever imagined your relationship as a perfect movie romance?
Only to find reality more like a chaotic, dramatic thriller.
Welcome to our deep dive into the world of real-life relationships. We are Stephan
And Monica, and we're here to help you build a passionate, connected, loving relationship. Today we're unpacking this iconic moment
We were on a break!
and exploring one of the 7 kryptonites, or key intimacy killers that could be slowly sabotaging your love life.
And we'll go beyond highlighting issues. We'll arm you with practical, real-world strategies. We have refined them over time with all the couples we've worked.
As well as in our own marriage. We wish we had those tools in our early days.
Stick with us till the end for 4 golden solutions that are effective, actionable, and designed to rescue and revitalize any relationship. And 1 bonus solution for you to try out. So, how do we recognize criticism? How does it sound like? See if you can spot some of these signs in your relationship. Here are a couple of examples.
You never think about anyone but yourself.
You always mess things up.
You're just like your mother. So inconsiderate.
Why can't you ever do anything right?
I don't know why I bother with you. You're hopeless. Okay, let's start with one we hear so often about. Have you ever found yourself in a heated argument, feeling like every word is a dagger aimed right at your partner's heart? If your relationship conversations are more like a courtroom battles, where every word is a charge against your partner, well, you're not alone.
So let's focus on a behavior that's all too common in relationships: accusations, or as it's commonly known, criticism. It's when we attack our partner's character, often aiming to prove ourselves right and them wrong.
I used to think of you as somebody that would never, ever hurt me. It doesn't matter what you say or what you do, Ross. It's just changed everything.
See how Ross and Rachel communicate here? It's respectful, without attacking each other's character.
But in reality, many of us fall into a pattern of criticism. Let's see if you can spot it.
I told you I didn't have the time.
Yeah, well, you never have the time. I mean, I don't feel like I even have a girlfriend anymore.
Ross, what do you want from me? You want me to quit my job so you can feel like you have a girlfriend?
It would be nice if you'd realize that it's just a job.
Well, this one was quite obvious, especially when we are not directly involved. But recognizing when accusations creeps into your relationship, particularly when we are inflicting it, isn't always straightforward. It often disguises itself in everyday interactions.
Let's break this down. The first sign is regular blaming. It's when I'm upset because of this turns into it's always your fault that. It's a pattern where one partner becomes the constant scapegoat for relationship issues. This kind of blaming creates a negative cycle where the blamed partner feels constantly attacked and the blaming partner feels perpetually dissatisfied. Honestly, hand on heart, can you think of a time when you might have blamed your partner, as we certainly have? How do you imagine they felt?
Who am I?
Yes!
I'm the guy who's taking care of our baby while you're out at bars meeting guys.
Next, watch out for generalizations about character flaws. Think about times you might have also said something like, "You're always so selfish." This type of statement can be really damaging. They don't only hurt in the moment, but also unfairly label your partner, making them feel under constant scrutiny. Over time, this can erode trust and respect in your relationship, as well as even damaging your partner's self-image and eventually erode the trust and respect in your relationship. It's important to focus on specific behaviors rather than labeling your partner's entire character. By addressing the issues without casting sweeping judgments, we nurture understanding and empathy, strengthening the bond in our relationships.
Just a waitress?
Reg, come on, open up. You gotta give me another chance.
No. Now, how would you feel if the one person that you trusted the most in the world not only thinks them too, actually uses them as reasons not to be with you?
Then there's the habit of frequently pointing out mistakes or shortcomings. This constant nitpicking erodes self-esteem as powerfully as a stream of constant water drops can drill a hole in a stone. It creates a hostile environment where one feels they can never do anything right. It can turn any partner from a hero to a 0. Not good for the relationship. It's important to remember that focusing solely on faults without acknowledging strengths can lead to a profound sense of unappreciation and disconnect.
You are the one who moved on and didn't tell anyone.
God, Ross, this is just so messed up.
Sarcasm or mocking tones, they might seem harmless, even funny, but when used to belittle your partner, they become destructive. It's a subtle but powerful form of criticism that can chip away at the foundation of your relationship, making your partner feel undervalued and disrespected. And clearly, you don't want your partner to feel that way just as much as they don't want you to feel that way either.
You want me to wash my hands first, don't you? God, you didn't try to fan out the magazines. I mean, she'll scratch your eyes right out.
And lastly, unfavorable comparisons. Comparing your partner to others, especially in a derogatory manner, not only hurts them, but also fosters insecurity and resentment. This becomes particularly vicious when done in public, in front of others. It is particularly damaging as it can make your partner feel they are in a constant competition with an unattainable standard, leading to feelings of inadequacy.
Okay, I ran into Richard yesterday, and the only reason why I didn't tell you is because I knew you'd get mad and I didn't want to spoil our anniversary.
Recognizing these patterns is the first step towards transforming them. It's about catching ourselves in the act and choosing a more loving approach.
But there is hope. We've got some practical, actionable strategies to turn this around. And we've chosen the best for you. Try them out. Some will work better for you than others. And that's okay. Take what works and leave the rest. But give them a try. You might be surprised. To make them easier to remember, think of the acronym HOPE. HOPE.
Because in the heat of the moment, concepts won't work. We'll look at what to do and what to say in the moment to transform this relationship killer into a wonderful opportunity for growth and deeper bonding. Because the quality of our relationships determines the quality of our lives.
Let's start with H, the head to heart technique. When you feel the urge to criticize, tap your head and say, relationship in my head is dead. Then touch your heart and affirm, relationship in my heart is smart. This simple gesture shifts your mindset from judgment to understanding and empathy. Let's try this together. Tap your head and say, relationship in my head is dead. Then touch your heart and affirm, relationship in my heart is smart.
Number 2, the letter O, as in, one thing I appreciate about you is... Let's add a sprinkle of positivity. This is what we like to call the gratitude gift. This method involves starting any potential difficult conversation with an expression of appreciation. For instance, before addressing a challenging topic, begin by saying something you genuinely appreciate about your partner, like, thank you for always being so supportive, or one thing I really appreciate about you is your smile. This approach sets a positive tone for the conversation and reminds both of you about the good in your relationship. It's about framing your feedback or criticism within the context of gratitude, which can significantly soften the impact and make your partner more receptive to your words.
Number 3, the letter P. A powerful way to shift perspective in a conversation is using the point finger method. This visual technique is simple yet profound. When you point a finger to criticize, take a moment to notice that 3 fingers are actually pointing back at you. This isn't just a quirky gesture. It's a profound reminder that introspect and acknowledge our own role in any conflict or situation. It's about understanding that in relationships, issues are rarely one-sided. There's often something we can improve or change in our own behavior too. By adopting this mindset, we take ownership and we cultivate self-awareness and empathy, making our communication more balanced and fair.
Last one, the letter E. Instead of making accusatory statements like, you're always so untidy, try reframing your language to express a shared desire. Say something like, I wish we could find more time to clean together. This approach shifts the conversation from blame to collaboration. It's about expressing your needs and desires in a way that invites your partner to be part of the solution, encouraging teamwork and understanding. This way, you're not just pointing out a problem, but also showing your willingness to work together to find a solution.
So whenever you feel tempted to fall into accusation or criticism, one of the classical relationship kryptonites, remember this simple acronym. HOPE. 1, head to heart. Relationship in my head is dead. Relationship in my heart is smart.
2, start with O. One thing I appreciate about you is...
3, point the 1 finger and see that 3 fingers point back at you, reminding you of the part you might be playing in the relationship. And
Number 4, E. Express a shared desire. Instead of blaming, say what you'd like to change together. Remember that there is hope. And you might be surprised how different your relationship will start to be.
for a fun twist, here is a bonus. Let's spice it up with a tongue twister. Compliment tag time. Imagine playing a game of tag, but instead of chasing each other, you tag your partner with a compliment. Once tagged, they have an hour to tag you back with a different compliment. This playful activity encourages you both to focus on positive aspects of each other, reinforcing the good in your relationship. It's a wonderful way to remind each other of the qualities you admire and appreciate in each other. This game not only lightens the mood, but also helps in building a habit of regular acknowledging and expressing the positives in your relationship.
Remember, the goal isn't to avoid all conflicts, but to approach them with understanding, empathy, and a bit of fun.
By shifting from criticism to constructive communication, you can turn this potential relationship kryptonite into a building block for a more passionate, connected, and loving relationship. If you want to learn more about yourself and your behavior in a relationship, make sure to take our quiz. It's completely free and it is linked down below.
Thank you so much for watching. Like the video if you found it helpful. Subscribe for real solutions for real couples. Let's transform your love story together.